Something's happening at Target and it's got people talking and boycotting. From accusations of backtracking on diversity to Jamal Bryant's call to action with the 40-day boycott, the situation is heating up. Is Target facing a major backlash? In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind Target's big mistake known as Boycott Target, why shoppers are furious, the lawsuit against the board, and what this means for you, the consumer. So let's start with why the boycott. The boycott is primarily in response to Target's recent changes to diversity, equity, and inclusion (DE&I) policies. Unlike Walmart and Amazon, who seem to specialize in performative DE&I with the primary goal of pumping up their profit, Target stood out as a corporation that truly cared about marginalized groups. Quick teachable moment about the impact of DE&I. So although DE&I is supposed to level the playing field for women, people of color, disabled, LGBTQ individuals, the results are not and have not historically been evenly distributed amongst these groups. The U.S. Department of Labor found that white women accounted for more than 6 million of the 7 million jobs created through affirmative action policies. But DE&I also benefited white men. According to a Medium article, the DE&I industry is worth over $8 billion annually, and the majority of those lucrative contracts go to white male-led consulting firms. So DE&I, they try to make it seem like it's a race thing, but honestly, it's not. Like when you look at the actual data of how it played out. So when consumers found a company that truly created opportunities for underrepresented and marginalized groups, the consumers were happy and they wanted to support that company. And as a prime example, this sweater that I'm wearing and this mug that I'm drinking out of, Melanin Queen, they both came from Target's DE&I product lines. Like they were the DE&I product line. And Target's main customer base, women, LGBTQ, Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z, they all love DE&I. So they felt betrayed when Target announced it would end its DE&I initiatives on January 24th, just a week shy of Black History Month and the subsequent Women's History Month in February and March, respectively. It really felt like a letdown. And so consumers said, you know what? All right, cool. Like y'all gonna play those games, two can play those games. We're gonna stop buying until y'all act right. Even some Black-owned brands pulled their products from the Target shelves and terminated their contracts. So for example, Oh Happy Danny, they said this isn't in line with our values. We're gonna stop working with y'all. Before we go into the, how does this Target boycott play out? Let's take a step back to fully understand how boycotts work. The goal of a boycott is to create financial pressure on the target company. If enough people stop buying, the company's profits will suffer. Boycotts can also damage a company's reputation, making it less attractive to customers and investors. One of the most notable boycotts in the U.S. is the Montgomery Bus Boycott. It was a landmark event in the civil rights movement, sparked by Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on the bus on December 1st, 1955. She was arrested, and then civil rights leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., organized a boycott in response. During that boycott, the vast majority of Black residents in Montgomery, Alabama, refused to ride the buses. So they got together and said, we're going to walk, we will carpool, we will find other ways to get around. We are not going to ride the buses. And because Black people were the primary ridership of the Montgomery bus system, the bus system's profits plummeted. The boycott garnered national and international support, and in November 1956, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that segregation on the buses was unconstitutional. After 381 days, the boycott successfully ended. I am saying the number of days, 381 days, it's 365 in a year, so it was over a year before the boycott ended. Boycotts take time and consistency. If y'all get nothing else from this video, understand that. Okay, so now let's go forward to Target again. Where are we now? The Target boycott started January 24th as soon as the DE&I initiatives rolled back. Just 11 days later, on February 4th, a class action lawsuit was issued on behalf of the City of Riviera Beach Police Pension Fund, claiming that Target defrauded the investors by issuing, quote, false and misleading statements concerning actions supporting the company's DE&I mandates, and more broadly, its environmental, social, and governance policies. So a bunch of big words. Pretty much they said, this ain't right. This lawsuit is related to an earlier lawsuit brought by the America First Legal, a conservative nonprofit led by Stephen Miller, who is part of the Trump administration. I am going to say this again. This February 4th class action lawsuit about DE&I against the Target CEO and board was a follow-up to a prior lawsuit issued by American First Legal, a conservative nonprofit that is led by a Trump appointee, a Trump administration member. So people have been going around loud and wrong saying that the boycott on January 24th pushed the lawsuit on February 4th. And thus, oh, we've made all this change and everything. Y'all, that is wrong. It is just wrong. The lawsuit that y'all are talking about, that we're all talking about, cites consumer backlash from Target's May 2023 LGBT pride campaign that caused some customers to boycott the company and shop at rivals such as Walmart, whose result stood in stark contrast, quotes, this is from this lawsuit, to Target. So the lawsuit was because in May 2023, Target put out LGBT items. People did not like those items. They boycotted. And then fast forward to February 2025, there was the class action lawsuit based on the financial impact of the boycotts against the May 2023 LGBTQ items and products. In effect, the plaintiffs claim Target misused investor funds to serve political and social good and goals. So to put it in perspective again, May 2023, February 2025, that is over a year. That's almost 2 years of an action, the boycott, and the result, the lawsuit, the class action lawsuit. Again, boycotts take time and consistency. As of the time of this taping, we are only 1 month into the Target DE&I boycott. I'm not saying give up. I'm not saying boycotts don't work. I am saying boycotts take time and consistency. So keep at it. And in addition to keeping at it, here are some other things you can do if you are deciding to participate in the boycott. Stay informed, express your views, and make your own decisions. So stay informed. Keep up with the news to understand the reasons behind the boycott and Target's response. Express your views. You can contact Target and share your opinions about their DE&I policies. They still do listen to people and consumers. They might not have an immediate reaction, but they do listen. And then make your own decision. So I said before, like, if you are boycotting, you have to decide whether you want to participate in this boycott or not. Some people say you should only buy the DE&I items because it will still support the DE&I companies that are within the store. Other people say you should not buy it all because that's helping Target one way or another. Some people say buy the product directly from the vendor. So like go to their website, as in the Oh Happy Day, like go Oh Happy Danny, go to their website and buy the products directly, bypassing Target. So you're still supporting the DE&I businesses without having to worry about, giving money to Target. Personally, I am boycotting, which is challenging for me because Target is one of my favorite stores. I live within 10 miles of 3 different Targets. Like it's so easy for me to get there. I use Target Drive Up all the time. I do all my holiday shopping at Target. Like I cash out my reward points to get Target gift cards. I know that's not the best way to use the reward points, but that's what I do with them. That's my business. I cash out my reward points and then I use that to go holiday shopping at Target. I was also known to just go into Target if I wanted a mood booster. I would just walk through the house like, that it feels good. I don't know. It's something about it. It's the lighting. It's the way people treat you. Target was a place that I felt happy and proud to go. So this boycott has not been easy for me because I just, cold turkey stops going. And I have found alternatives that actually do feel, pretty good. So obviously Costco. Costco is heavy on their DE&I. Also Costco, buying in bulk, like it saves me money. Wegmans, they have the organic, they have the good food I want. If I was in Texas, I believe HEB is a good option. Aldi is another option, and the Dollar Tree. So like, unbeknownst to us, Dollar Tree stepped up their game and they're actually like kind of nice now. So, I mean, not to say they were bad before, but like you didn't think of going to Dollar Tree to have a Target experience. Those are 2 different experiences. But Dollar Trees in urban areas are like stepping up their game. So I'm not going to tell you whether to boycott or not because this situation is way too nuanced to have a cut and dry, one size fits all solutions. But I will say in conclusion, your money is powerful. And as the consumer, you are empowered to align your spending to your values. So I highly encourage you to understand the impact of your dollars and then spend accordingly. And of course, subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel so that you can continue to learn more about what's going on and how it relates to you from a financial perspective. Y'all have a great day.